So this is day 4 of starting a web development agency. The business name is registered, HMRC as the sole trader is registered. I set up a business account, I set up a phone number dedicated to the business. And I also signed up to Claude Pro because the free version wasn't giving me answers anymore in terms of I reached the limitation, so I had to get the pro version so I can continue the chat, continue the memory in Claude Pro. It is better to have memory because you don't have to explain the context every single time you open up a chat. And at the same time, you get more credit, so you can ask more questions, you can go into the depth of questions, and you can also use the extended thinking, which is here. This is something I used in programming at my job. Extended thinking actually thinks through the whole concept, has the context as well, and gives you better answers, give you better solutions. Because if you just keep using this 4.6 or the free version, it just keeps giving you the same thing again, again, and again to the point where it's just like it becomes a trial and error. With extended thinking, it does all that mathematical calculations on its own and provides you the solution that actually works. So that is why I signed up to Claude Pro. Next steps for me, next steps for today, I need to get email. I need to get an email for the domain. And I will need to forward those emails to Gmail so I get the notification of those emails. And at the same time, I can't be using Gmail or Hotmail for a business. It just looks so unprofessional. Next is to create a logo. I need to have a logo that has got white and black version so I can use it on my website, on my cards, anywhere that a logo is required. I can use it as a profile picture. So logo has to be 1:1 aspect ratio. So 1:1 is like a square. So that can be implemented everywhere because most of the profiles, most of the sites nowadays, that's the kind of logo they use. Build it in Canva. I think I'll use this website, photop.com. It is basically Photoshop. It's Photoshop, but in your browser. It's got all the features. You can do anything you want to do in the Photoshop. You can do it in this one. It's pretty basic. It doesn't have those AI features and all that, but you got to also realize that for AI features you need to sign up to Adobe Acrobat, not Adobe Acrobat. What is it? Adobe subscription Creative Suite to get those AI features. If you're using a free version of Photoshop, you won't get those. So what I'm doing today is getting an email. I'm not sure how that works. I've done it before, but I completely forgot. So I'll use the AI to kind of guide me through the whole process. So I just noticed that to have a business email like hello@sabildigital.co.uk, you need to buy it from here. I never paid for a domain, maybe because I had a hosting previously, that could be the reason. So the solution I have is to sign up to Zuhu Mail, and I can set it up with the DNS records in Namecheap. So let me just sign up quickly. Agree. Now receive. You see, that's the reason why I bought a dedicated camera, because now if I wanted to use my phone, because I just received a code and what is it called? Phone number verification code, I would have to stop the video, get the phone out, look at the code so I could type it in. So dedicated camera for videos like this it makes sense. That's why I got it. So I'm noticing it here that even Zuhu mailing service is not free. They want to charge me here for the mail. Let's chat with Claude and find out what the options are, because here it says it's genuinely free. So what I'll need to do is sign up to SiteGround hosting. So obviously I can host my site there, and it comes with plan included for email services, along with when I have clients in the future, that's going to be the same service that I'm using, not like one client is on this hosting, another client's on this hosting. Unless they have their own plan, I'll need to host their website. Of course, I'll be charging them for monthly retainer or whatever, and the domain that I'll purchase for them, unless it's going to be on their account. But for the time being, I'm going to buy this SiteGround hosting so I can get the domain set up, the email set up, custom email. So this is the package I'm going to go for. It is going to cost me £29 a month, but first month is going to be £4. So it also includes domain. I can buy one domain for 1 year at no extra cost. That isn't relevant. SSL, that is good. Email. And the main thing is, of course, unlimited websites. I can host as many websites as I want in here. So yeah, let's go for this plan. The hosting account is registered, set up. That will help me to host my own website and also hosting the sites of the clients in the future. And now what I need to do is try to set up the email. So what I'm doing now is pointing my domain to SiteGround. So when I'm hosting my site, it's got the access to my domain to host the site there on the SiteGround. That's where the code is going to be. That's where the database is going to be. But the domain is in Namecheap, so it needs to know that I'm giving it access. I'm giving SiteGround access to use this domain. That's what I just did. Oh, I didn't know that. There are two ways of writing inquire. One way is with I, is preferred in all situations in American English. Other one is in British English, which is with E. Inquire is reserved for formal and official investigation. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We just want to go for the British way, inquire. So I just sent an email from my personal email to arrive here. And when it arrives here, I set up a forwarder so it goes, the email that has arrived into the hosting email provider goes to the Gmail. That's the one I'm going to be using for majority of the stuff. Okay, so the email has arrived, right? Now I'm gonna check the Gmail if it's forwarded. It has forwarded as an email from here to, but now if I reply to it, where does it go? To. Why is it going to this address? It came from hello@sabeldigital.com. That's the email. Okay, so I sent the email to this webmail. Webmail has forwarded the email to my address. Now when I'm replying, I'm getting email of the original sender. Okay, now the problem is if I reply to this, what's gonna happen is it's gonna use this email address, which is, wait a second, which is this one. When I reply, I want to send the message from this email address. So how do I do that? Okay, send email as. So settings. How do I do that? Settings. So what's happening is pretty clear. When I'm receiving an email to that address that I registered, which is hello@sabeldigital.co.uk, the email is received here by the webmail, which is provided by SiteHost. Now from here, I don't want to operate my emails from here. I am forwarding this email that's received here in webmail to my Gmail account, which is here. It's sabeldigital1997@gmail.com. But the problem that I'm stuck on is when I reply to this email, it is received from the user. It is received to this address, hello@sabeldigital.co.uk. That's the business email. But when I reply to it, it goes from this account instead of that same hello@sabeldigital.co.uk. So what I need to do is set up some settings here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Email came from hello@sabeldigital.co.uk. My personal account has sent it. Now when I reply to this, it should go from the same email, even though I'm using Gmail here. Okay. Hey, here we go. Now if I go back to my email address, so here we go. It came from this email address. Email setup done. Board registrar, set up professional emails. Email setup, forwarder and send from. It's done. I don't need these steps anymore. And it's already 43 minutes. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I'll do the logo tomorrow. This was a pretty complicated one. I mean, not complicated in terms of the complexity of it, but because connecting the dots of how it actually comes to the email, then how does it actually go to a different email, and you need to set a mail as. And at the same time, I thought domain registration gives you email account, but it didn't. So I had to sign up to a hosting. After I signed up to the hosting, I had to connect that domain. I had to connect that domain to the hosting service with the DNS. Once I done that, I was able to create an account here as an email account. And once that email account was created, I was able to set it up to my Gmail account. That's the one I'm going to be using for all these business inquiries, all these signups and things. And now if I reply to somebody or make an email, this is where the email is going to go from. Obviously I can change it, but this is where the email is going to go from. And if I reply to somebody, I can also change it. Yeah, so this has been a pretty heavy lifting today. Next up is going to be logo, and then I'm going to start developing the website. So yeah, phone number. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. That's pretty much it for today. Take care. See you in the next one.